Welcome in, everybody, to the Midnight Racing League, race number 1 here at Daytona International Speedway. Welcome in, everybody new to PGR eSports. Happy to have this league to begin broadcasting, and it's going to be a great season. Looking forward to broadcasting it up here with you. Kind of a little bit of a tight schedule here, so we're going to go ahead and pull up tonight's starting grid real quick. Kevin Smith on the pole here tonight in the number 14 machine, followed by Colton Ward, who's outside in second. Chase Mastretta, familiar name to everyone out here in the PGR universe, for Nightmare Esports in third position. Ethan Evers will be fourth, Shane Harr will be fifth, Tyler Henry sixth, Courtney Hubbard seventh, Justin Melichar in eighth, Tyler J. Stevenson in ninth, and Mark Person will be starting in the 10th position here tonight. 11th place will be J.D. Rashid. Connor Leach, will be 12th. 13th place will be Dylan Connolly, well-known name here in the iRacing world. Braden Walters will be 14th, William Hewitt 15th, Cliff Mullins 16th, Connor Murphy 17th, Dalton Hayes 18th, Richard McMillian 19th, and Frank Chavez will be 20th. Justin McCurdy will be 21st, CJ Papa 22nd, Seth Heyman 23rd, Diego Burriel 24th. 25th will be Jeff Herrick. Clint Mata will be 26th, Reginald Harris 27th, Juan Cobbs Jr. 28th, Brent Garber 29th, and Jesse Dawson will be starting in the 30th position. Nicholas Aloysia in 31st, Caleb Moisier 32nd, Braden Powers 33rd, Clint Weist 34th. I'm gonna get to that in a second. Bear with me. 35th will be Brennan Reed, Nicholas Bass 36th. 37th place will be Derek Anderline, and 38th will be Jeremy Rayfason in the 22 car. So, you might have noticed, right, there a little bit of stuttering here. This is a new league, a bunch of new names for us up here in the booth to try and get used to. We'll obviously need to be corrected on how to pronounce these names going forward. Joining me in the booth here tonight is our very own Trevor Osranoff, joining in on the fun here, introducing a new league to everyone here on PGR eSports, and we couldn't be happier to have it.
Yeah, Landon, that's right. We're out here. It's midnight for us, baby. And what a telltale sign for the Midnight Racing League, of course. I don't know what to expect here, man. We got a fresh set of faces, fresh set of names out here. We're at the iconic Daytona International Speedway in the trucks. Oh, man, I can't wait. I'm loving to see here what's going to happen. We got a couple eyes in the field that we know, and a couple guys out here that we don't. So let's see how this goes, baby. I'm ready. I'm excited. I got the drinky drink here with me, and let's get this thing rolling, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a fun one. The field rolling out of turn 4 this time by for the pace car to roll into pit road and complete this 85-lap race here tonight. Kevin Smith, Colton Ward going to be leading the field to the green flag here tonight at Daytona. The pace car is in. The field is approaching the restart zone. Starter has the flag in hand. There it is. We are racing here at Daytona. Coming back to complete lap number 1 here, no surprise here, Chase Mastretta to the lead in the 888 machine for Nightmare Esports. He's got Colton Ward behind him doing a solid job right now, and Trev, there's a little bit of separation back here in the pack as we noticed getting that first lap. We've got about a 20-car, 21-car pack here, and then we got separation. A little bit of single file going on back here. Not sure if something happened on the restart or what that's all about, but these guys need to try and get themselves formed up and catch back up to these leaders. As Trev is muted. Oh, in there. That's tremendous.
Oh,
there he is. There we go.
I'm sorry. Yeah. So as I was saying that you guys didn't hear, it looks like the pack here split up a little bit, like you said. They're not too far back, so they should get caught up pretty easily. 74-degree track temp, so that bottom line, look for that bottom line to be pretty dominant here until maybe later on the race, get some trucks out in the high line. But looks like everybody's pretty set on running maybe a little single file here. Take it easy, 85 laps. That's a long race, and maybe just hopefully get to the first pit stop. So let's see how this goes. They're fairly clean. I kind of like it. They're giving each other space, and of course, as we say before, Chase Mistretta is gonna go try to lead this race. So I don't know. I'm having fun. We're gonna learn some new faces here. See who's gonna get up front. See who's gonna lead. And we got Decon in the field. A couple guys out here that are streaming. Melichar, Persons. We know a couple of them from the other races that we've raced. So I'm just excited to learn and see what these guys can do. And some beautiful looking trucks out here tonight. So I can't be mad at that. But Landon, take us back to the racing, brother.
Yeah, everything you just said is true right here. It's an 85 lap race. Absolutely no reason to be trying to race hard at this stage in the race. And while we bring that up, let's go ahead and pull up tonight's race info for you real quick. Obviously up here at Daytona International Speedway in the Craftsman Truck Series for 85 laps of racing. 70% fuel in the fuel tanks to create a little bit of pit strategy. Then we have 4 tire sets allotted to them, most likely not going to be needing too many of those here tonight. No fast repairs, fixed setups, and 3 attempts at a green-white checkered if we need them. So, there's your race info for what is the remainder of these 80-ish laps that we're about to race here. Chase Mistretta battling for the lead once more with Colton Ward. Ward's going to have the edge over him that time by. And honestly, it's really kind of clean so far, Trev. A lot cleaner than, something else we could normally see on this channel, especially, whenever we bring these trucks out, we got people going 4 wide, and wrecks are going to be bound to happen, and who knows, we might see that later on in tonight's race.
Yeah, this is refreshing, man. It's nice to see patience. Key word of the race, baby. If y'all know me, we got vocabulary words out the yin-yang tonight, patience. And that's what we're going to have to do here. We're on lap 5. We got a couple cars in the outside line. We got, I don't know, the rest of the field on the bottom. This is nice. It's refreshing. We're going to get us some racing, baby. That's what it's about here on PGR eSports, to get some good racing. And I'm excited, man. The Midnight Racing League, man, it's midnight. Like I said, man, it's after hours, baby. We're supposed to be in bed. I'm supposed to be preparing for this 24-hour race coming up. And we out here racing trucks, baby. I can't be mad at it, as we got, like, Ward and Mistretta taking us in here to turn 1.
Yeah, 100%. And seeing in the chat, and believe me, I've noticed it myself. You got a message from Trev about it. Probably going to take a break here soon. Typical, NASCAR on Fox sort of activities. Taking an early break here in the race. Going to try and fix some sound settings here. Not sure why that's going on right now. There's really no reason for that to be happening. But, of course, it wouldn't be a new broadcast introducing it to everyone on PGR and without some sort of technical difficulty. So give it a couple laps here. We're going to take a break, try and sort out these sound issues for you, and we'll be back, and better than ever, hopefully, to recall the rest of this race. But right now, I'll tell you what, Trev, I'm really impressed with what I'm seeing right now. Lots of patience throughout the field, just 2x2 racing, not a lot of 3 wide action just yet. And honestly, who knows? 70% of the fuel tanks, we're probably going to be going, I'd say, 20-ish, maybe high-end 20 laps on fuel for these guys before we'd be seeing green flag pit stops. And everyone's maybe, who knows, these guys in the back trying to save a little bit. There might be a little bit of pit strategy involved in this. Kind of an odd-numbered race at 85 laps. Sometimes that introduces some of that strategy. We're just going to have to wait and find out.
That's right, Landon. And, of course, the one other thing we got to point out here is that I see a couple trucks on here with the same names on their trucks. And as we know all too well, the team games are going to come in, baby, especially when these green flag pit starts start rolling. We're going to see which team is going to work together the best. Hell, sometimes they even get split up and out of the pack. So we're going to just have to wait and see. I'd love to see these new teams out here racing, how they race together, especially working together on a super speedway. We know all too well how these things go, man. We're pretty much, I hate to toot our own horn, but we're pretty good at super speedway racing in a sense until we get junked. But that's beside the point. I'm just excited, man. I'm ready to see this thing go green. I'm ready to just sit here, have a good time. These boys are out here to race, and we're getting it looks like we're getting a single, second line forming here on the outside. And these boys don't want to sit around too much, man. They just want to race. As I said, it's a long race, but as a racer myself, I know I want to go up there and tango, baby. Got to get out there and dance. So these boys are going to get out here and do a little show for us, hopefully, and have us a little good time.
Yeah, thankfully, it looks like those guys that kind of got a little bit separated from the lead pack have finally caught back up to the leaders, and now they're starting their own little bit of double file racing action. Unfortunately, we're coming out on a lapped machine right here into turn number 1, probably exit turn 2. The leaders will be catching him. I'm not sure who that is. I can't tell if it's Jeff Herrick or Caleb Mosier. I think it is Caleb Mosier going to be going a lap down here. Not sure why that is. Maybe missed the start or something of that nature, but he's going to be looking for a yellow flag to get that lap back pretty quickly because he will be the only car 1 lap down for quite some time. And after we watch this, he's going to take it down to the apron. Very sportsmanlike move by Caleb Mosier right there in that South Carolina Gamecocks 28 machine to take it to the apron. You know, don't try and mess up these leaders too early on in this race. So I think right now we're going to go ahead and take this quick little break here as we're going to stay on the action. We'll go side by side for you so we won't miss any of the action out here at Daytona.
I played a couple of simulators and this was like very responsive, especially the hydraulics and stuff, the motion and stuff was really, really on point.
But you feel like you're really driving, it feels real.
It adds so much to the experience. It's just really, really cool.
It was pretty awesome.
Have created our own drink company. The fastest growing sports drink in history.
We will run! We will run! Ladies and gentlemen, we got
The monkey has prime!
this season, we are hydrated!
The official sports drink of the UFC. It's time! Oh, that's good.
Green flag is in the air. We are racing. Three by three. Almost no trouble. Around goes Alex Hill. On into the outside wall goes Hill. They're wrecking big time out back. We're not going to throw a caution. Finish. Who gets it in the line? Cody Nagels wins it in Talladega.
Welcome back to Trucks at Daytona International Speedway. And y'all hear that? The sound settings are fixed now. Thank the Lord. Just had to take a quick break for that. I apologize for that. Normally don't do that when I broadcast, but sometimes things come up and you got to fix them. So that's what we dealt with. Didn't miss too much here in the racing action. Chase Mastretta still leading things up here in the 888 machine for Nightmare Esports, followed by Kevin Smith, Ethan Evers, and Colton Ward. Really, him and Mastretta have been the ones battling for the lead. But look at this, a little bit of discombobulation, I guess, up there kind of going on. Chase Mastretta went up there, looked like trying to lead everyone up to side draft the outside lane. They got a massive surge, and that allows the 14 of Kevin Smith to be the leader in turn 4.
Yeah, it looks like Kevin Smith, I don't know much about him, but he's been up here almost the entire time. Almost controlling. Him and Chase are swapping back and forth here. Trying to just control the field, swapping temps, controlling pretty nicely, giving each other room, man. That's the biggest thing here. It's early on. Nobody's side drafting super hard. They're just running, logging laps. And that's the name of the game, survival. Do we know, Landon, do we know if we have a fast repair tonight, or is this all just straight up?
I'm assuming it's straight up. That is the one thing I forgot to ask league owner Justin Melicar. I forgot to ask him if there was a fast repair. I'm assuming not.
Well, either which way, these boys are keeping it clean, which is what we'd love to see. And, yeah, I mean, Chase is out here, out front, per usual.
Oh, wrecking in the back. Big crash in the back of the field. middle of turn 3 and 4. The 007's into the 22, and a few others right there. Oh, we just thought this was going to be going green, maybe getting some green flag pit stops showing up. Unfortunately, we're going to get a yellow flag here for a couple drivers in the back of this pack. Let's see, is Clint Mata, I think, the 007 going to be involved in this? Maybe Tyler Stevenson as well in the 51. I think Nicholas Aloysia was involved as well in his 62 machine. So let's go back and take a quick look at just what happened here. This kind of started, I believe, around Clint Mata. So let's maybe back this up a little bit, or maybe he was after it. Let's see. Let's take it up top and see if we can get a better view. Oh, this happens well ahead of him. Goodness. Lots of... Oh, look at the 22. Big hit into the outside wall. I'm trying to see who that is. Is that the 51 of Tyler Stevenson? It is. Okay, so that was where I believe this crash started. Sure enough. Okay, let's back this up. As you see, he's entering about as the 7th car on that outside lane of the racetrack. We'll take it in slow-mo. It looks like, I'm trying to see who that is underneath him. I can't tell. Is that Brent Garber, perhaps? Maybe not. It's just going to get into him just ever so slightly in that left rear. It's going to spin him down to the 96. And then the 6 right into his rear bumper, and that's going to send him and the 96 back up the racetrack. Look how violently the 96 car spins up the racetrack there.
Oh, that's a hit.
And then there you see the hit to the 007 of Clint Mata. The 50 going to hit him sort of into it, then up into the 37. And the 22, trying to avoid all the chaos, that's Jeremy Rafison, is going to end up nosing it into the outside wall. Pretty hard. I'm not sure if that's going to be a night over for him or not. We'd have to check on it when we go back live.
Yeah, just got confirmation from Midnight Racing League that there are no fast repairs. So that's added drama to this race. Some of these trucks are going to have to try to get fixed. And there was a couple of big hits there, so hopefully the nights aren't over. But, you know, at the end of the day, like I said, it's all about survival.
Yeah, we're taking a look here at the 22, and look at this hit. Okay, that's not a bad hit.
No.
All things considered, and then you see the damage kind of pop back out for him. So that's great news for Jeremy as he continues on in this race. Going to try and get that fixed up for him, and hopefully he'll be able to continue on just fine. I need to go back and see who this original car was. I want to say, okay, Richard McMillian. This is another guy I think got a piece of this accident right here. Oh, yeah, it happens right in front of him. Yeah, he's going to kind of get hit a little bit on the rear. Does a great job holding the brakes down and is going to continue on pretty much fine. Just a little bit of damage on the rear bumper of his car, but all things considered, he's going to be okay. Let's go back to Tyler Stevenson. I'm trying to desperately to find out who this 96 car is, and it looks like that's Tyler Henry in the 96 machine. That's going to get a piece of it, and that's the 16? I want to say right there, or the 15. I can't really tell that with that.
Like a 15? No, 16. Looks like, I don't know.
Looks like a 16. I can't. I'm trying to see who that is. That would be Braden Powers, indeed. That is the number 16 car. He's going to try and make a move here on Tyler Stevenson. Just kind of, maybe trying to line back up with him and just caught him in the left rear, and then the chaos ensues behind him. Look at the big hit for the 96 car in the background, that 96 being Tyler Henry. Slapped it against the wall. They tow away here? Or just blink out momentarily? I'm not sure. Let's go on board with him. Let's see what he sees as this develops really right in his lap here. Nothing he can do about it. This happens right above him. All of a sudden, bam, the 51 right in his lap, and then just violently spun driver's side up into the wall. But I will say, I know it's kind of hard for y'all to see at home. I think he's going to be okay in terms of any potential wheel damage, because usually when we see that happen, when wheel damage occurs, the steering wheel kind of just locks itself in place. I didn't see that happen for him, so maybe he's going to get away okay. Let's take a look at these guys. That is Tyler Henry. Right side of his car looks absolutely pristine. That left side is really where the concern is. Then Jeremy Rafison back here, still trying to fix it up.
Right front wheel damage, probably. Yeah, still trying to fix it.
Still trying to fix it. Unfortunately, has gone a lap down, as well as Tyler Henry. Also, Clint Mata, we saw him involved as well. Let's take a look at him. There he is. Yeah, he looks all right, too. Look at him. That Wonder Bread truck looks perfectly fine to continue on in the race as normal. I think Connor Murphy, was he potentially someone else involved in this? Let's see where he is on the track. Maybe not. I'll tell you who this was good news for is this man right here, Caleb Mosier. We saw him go one lap down early in the race. He gets a yellow flag. And presuming that he wasn't involved in it, looks like he wasn't, he's going to be the lucky dog here, and he's going to get a chance to race these leaders once again. So great news for Caleb Mosier. I want to say JD Rashid might have got a piece of this as well. Yes, we saw him, that 50-car Menards machine, kind of pushing. I'm trying to remember who it was. I can't remember exactly who it was, but he kind of shoved somebody up in there into that wreck. But it looks like he's going to be okay, too. I think he had a little nose damage, but he's going to get away okay. So will Richard McMillian, as he just had a little bit of damage on him. Jesse Dawson, another. We see him blinking out right here. He's got a little bit of nose damage still on that number 6 machine, but it isn't horrible. He should be able to still stay in the draft just fine. Back up front, it's still the same leaders we've had of this whole race, basically. Kevin Smith, Colton Ward, Ethan Evers, Dalton Hayes, Chase Mastretta, the top 5. As the green flag's back in the air at Daytona. Good launch on the bottom side of the racetrack right there for Kevin Smith. Colton Ward in that 18 machine trying to reel him back in. Smith's going to take it up to the high side here and maybe give them a little bit of draft. Presumably going to take it back low into turn 1. Yes, sure enough, that's what he's going to do. Look at Chase Mastretta shoving the 80 car into it. I'm not sure how much Ethan Evers is going to like that, but look at the 47 car. Dalton Hayes getting completely spit out of line here, Trev.
Oh, yeah, these boys are on it, baby. It's just from the complete opposite from the start of this race. They are beating and shoving and switching lines like this is the last lap. And, hey, that's what you got to do, man. You got to get out here and try to get track position. But these guys also got to understand we got a long race still here left, 19 laps into the race, coming to lap 20. And Smith's out here, man, dictating the race. He did a great move there, jumping to the outside, coming back down. Presumably he's going to get the push here and probably come back up. Going into 2. Hopefully that's what he does. If not, hey, we're just going to have this thing and see who's going to try to take the lead as... Is that Ward on the outside? Oh, Ward and Smith battling, going into 1 and 2.
And how about this? Mark Person, where'd he come from? Getting a little squirrely here into turn number 1, but Mark Person, a very familiar name to the PGR world as well, as we see him here as one of the admins of this league, kind of making his appearance known. We didn't see him towards the front of the field at the beginning, 18-ish laps of this race, and now here he is trying to make a push into the top 5, although he's losing a little bit of momentum now. Chase Mastretta on the bottom side is clear. I'm wondering if he's going to take that yet, or just going to try and stay in line here. I'm not sure. You would expect Chase to try and go up, and he will do so out of turn number 4, and collect that push from Colton Ward on the outside lane of the racetrack. Hey, he might lead this lap right here. It's going to be close. I think he got that one over Kevin Smith. So great pushing right there from Colton Ward, and that's good news for Mark Person as well. Try and get some of his temperatures back in that car, so if and when Chase does clear back down, he can try and give the best push possible to the back of the 18 car out of turn number 2 here. And maybe he's trying to get back up there now. Maybe trying to get Chase up there and lead this line so he can continue being the lead pusher on the outside lane. And we look back a little further, there's only about 5 trucks here actually organized, really 4, on that middle lane at the moment. We've got to go back a little further. This is the 43, that's Diego Burriel, and the 56 car of Justin McCurdy. They are kind of lagging back a little bit here, maybe trying to catch up to those leaders, but it's just not materializing yet.
Oh, yeah, these boys back here, man, they understand the assignment. They understand what they got to do. They're going to let these jokers up here run and run hard, and they're just going to ride it out. Like we just talked about, man, long race. They're going to ride it out, take their time, make their pick, and make their ways up to the front. Beautiful camera angle, by the way. That was amazing. And they're just going to take their time, baby. And that's exactly what I would do. Take your time, chill out, long race, baby, save them temps. Maybe try to fuel strategize, see what you can do. Maybe try to go longer than the rest of the field if we go green here. And Chase Mastretta clears to the bottom. Per usual, we know Chase pretty well, and this is exactly what his plan was to do, is to go out here and try to control the race. So he's pretty aggressive, but he's also never raced with any of these guys out here, man. Like I said, these are new names, new faces, new guys, new skill sets, new skill levels. It's definitely something for us to learn, and I know I'm going to have the worst time trying to know which truck is who. So hopefully throughout the season, I'll be able to learn these guys, figure out who's who, and I'll apologize now. I'm going to butcher a lot of these names, and but that's my job. Landon's here to clean it up, and I'm here to cause chaos. So we're going to enjoy this, man. Like I said, these guys are out here racing. Oh, we got one off, and he saved it.
I believe he did. Try to see who that is. That's going to be Seth Heyman in the number 30. Just got spun off on the middle of the back straightaway. Tremendous save by him. Hopefully he can regain his momentum and try and continue on in this pack. I think he's going to be able to here pretty easily. I think he should be. able to. Juan Cobb's kind of losing it himself back here. But great save by Seth Heyman in the number 30 machine, who now rides in the 30th position. At the moment, you know, Trev, that's something we should probably also get out of the way. Broadcasting a new league, so many new names to us that we're not familiar with, that we don't race with, that we don't broadcast with on a week-to-week, sometimes daily basis. That coming from two people, me being Landon Veleke, people that can't say my name ever when they say it, and Trevor Osronoff, two very confusing names to try and get it right the first time. Please, please, please tell us. If you have one of those difficult names, please tell us how to pronounce it correctly so we can get that right in the future. And we're looking back up front. I'll tell you, Trev, I don't want to use this word, but it's almost boring up here. These guys are up here making it look easy. Mistretta, Ward, Smith, Person, Evers, they're just controlling this entire race so far. I know we're only 24 laps in, but I'll tell you, they're doing a tremendous job just holding their track position.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing, man. These boys are out here just running their own race. But you see, the thing about it is, man, they're giving them some room. Normally, we see these guys on the door trying to side draft, trying to push through each other, and these boys are giving each other room, and I love seeing that. A lot of respect out here. These guys are just mixing it up, making the lines go, cooling temps, just taking their time, man. And this is what the name of the game is just trying to survive. And I love seeing that out here, man. We got some clean racing going on. The outside line is only 4 out there, and they're maintaining pretty well with the entire field almost being on the bottom. So Chase, he tried to clear up on his nose, was not clear, and came right back down, baby. That's another thing we got to be careful of, man. There's going to be a lot of crisscrossing, a lot of switching up here towards the future, maybe towards the end of this race. But we just got a taste of it. And, yeah, that's the one thing we got to watch out for is these lines shifting. People.
Oh, we're wrecking. Dylan Connolly, I think that is going around in the back of the field. And he's going to save it, maybe. Oh, he's back up the track into Juan Cobbs. He's going to spin down the racetrack. Brendan Reed involved as well. No caution. They hold the yellow flag here, and that's Dylan Connolly. That's one of the favorites here tonight. Getting taken out. There's the caution. Yellow flag does indeed fly. Did something else happen up here? There's just a late caution here. I think that's what it was. So, good news for Connolly and Brendan Reed for these two drivers after what just occurred to them in the middle of 1 and 2. I kind of saw this when you were talking, Trev. Kind of on the X of the trial, something seemed to happen in the back of the pack, and it just continued down all the way through out of turn number 2 here. So let's go back. We're probably going to have to go way back on this one and see what really started this. This is Connolly, kind of after all this is going on. Let's back this up a little bit more and see what really caused it. Okay, so up front, that's the 5 car. I believe that's Richard McMillian.
What a name, by the way.
Oh yeah, great name. But this actually starts in front of him between the 50 and the 35. He tries to shoot the middle, thinks better of it, kind of gets out of the gas here, and that's going to cause a massive stack up out back. The 57 of Brendan Reed. You see him, actually, he checks up pretty well, but he gets loose on the apron. And Dylan Connolly nowhere to go, and the 007 is going to get into Connolly, and then Connolly looked like he was going to save it, and so it did look for Brendan Reed as well, but then Connolly back up the racetrack into Juan Cobbs. Juan Cobbs gets away scot-free, but then Connolly spins down the racetrack, and then we have Brendan Reed in there just kind of drifting around turn number 2 on the apron of the racetrack. Let's back it up again. Let's get a quick onboard, actually, with Dylan Connolly through this, because this really started. I'm surprised to see Dylan running this far back, maybe just trying to bide his time. And this time, you know, sometimes some people think, you know, it's a safe place to be in the back. This kind of is proof that it's really not. As, the 50 get loose, and then Dylan just run over. Saves it, though. Does a great job saving it. And then there goes Reed around again, and then he tries to avoid the 57 of Brendan Reed, and then straight up into Juan Cobbs, but then he's going to have his own little save. So, good job by Dylan Connolly there. We'll back this up one more time. Let's see if we can get Brendan Reed through this. We'll back it up quite a ways here so we can see the stack up develop in front of him. Just getting loose on their apron. You know what, Trev? I'll tell you, I noticed something right there. And we're probably going to have to back it up and take a better look at it. He was lifting heavily in the tri-oval right there. I'm wondering if he has some sort of damage that's making him loose. That is something that can happen in these trucks. You get a little rear damage, and you are snapping loose here at Daytona. I want to see maybe if that's what kind of went wrong for him here. We'll have to back this up one more time. This is Dylan Connolly. We'll go back to Brendan Reed in a moment. Well, actually, you know what? That's probably the best view to look at it. No?
Well, it looks pretty clean.
Looks clean.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. We all know all too well this apron here will bite you too. You get a little bit up the left sides on the apron, and you're there for a ride. And maybe that's just what happened. I mean, I don't know, he got a big gap here. Checked up, got on the apron, and just once he got back on the apron, it bit him. Just trying to save it, trying to stay out of it. But they straightened it up here, and of course, once he set that apron, man, he got that right rear on that apron, and it just sent him around.
But then he does end up having damage there, but it's not really from maybe it was from contact, I guess, from Connolly to the back bumper when Connolly ran into from behind right there. So there we go. That's our second caution of the race here tonight. We're going to go ahead and take it back live. Really not much else to look at right there. There's a look at Brendan Reed as he tries to continue on in the race. I want to see if we can get a view of that rear bumper. Probably fixed now. It looks pretty fixed back there. That right rear, number 57 Toyota Tundra, it looks pretty good. So he's going to be able to continue on. And then we saw, of course, Dylan Connolly, someone else involved in this, but Dylan didn't really have any damage at all. He's going to continue on just fine. I think really the only damage to speak of here, maybe potentially Juan Cobbs when he went up into, or got ran up into by Dylan Connolly. I think he's going to be okay too. Just kind of hanging around in the back. If anything, a little bit of left door damage, and the truck looks straight off the showroom floor for Juan Cobbs. So that's good. Not a lot of damage to go around here. 29 laps in. It's great to see in a super speedway race here tonight. So let's go back up front. New leader, Courtney Hubbard in the 36 machine. I wonder if stayed out here, maybe?
She did. Sorry, is that... I'm not sure. Is that... Actually, well, I'm choking on my words here. I'm not sure. Is this a woman? But if it is, hell yeah, girl. If not, I'm sorry, but hell yeah still. You know, I'm a fan of staying out, baby. I stay out as much as I can. As long as I got enough fuel to make it in or almost make it, baby, I'm staying out. And maybe this is for the best. Get that track position, baby, because you're out here, out front, and that's probably at some points, the safest place to be is be out front. And hey, they stayed out. Good stuff. Almost said the wrong word. Good stuff, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Stay out and get that track position.
Yeah, sure enough. You know, we didn't really have that long of a green flag run. You might as well try and gamble a little bit here. There's another new name up here, Shane Harr, right behind him in the 21 car. I haven't seen him really up this far yet so far in the race, but maybe tried to play a little bit of strategy there as well. That kind of relegates Chase Mastretta back to the 5th position, and then Kevin Smith just been here the whole night so far, hanging up here either in 1st or 2nd. Along with actually somebody else that's missing up here as we go back green. A little bit of stack up here on the restart, especially in the back of the field. Hopefully they sort this out back here. Let's take a look. They will do so successfully. We're missing a name up here. It's Colton Ward. He's all the way back in 9th now on the outside lane. Not really sure what happened to him throughout that sequence of pit stops. Look at Justin Melikar in the 84 car. He's going to continue on down there in the 3rd part of the bottom lane right there. The bottom absolutely surging at the moment with Courtney Hubbard and Shane Harr. Melichar Mastretta now lined up together. Good run for Melichar. I'm sorry, he corrected me on that. It's Melikar. I need to remember that. I'm so used to saying Melichar for him. But there he is up there, 3rd on the bottom in the top 5 position at the moment. 80 car right there, getting a little bit high. This Ethan Evers going to get a little bit high over there, trying to push the 14 of Kevin Smith as he's losing a lot of track position. Looks like 21 car. How about that? Shane Harr top side here, trying to lead this lap away from Courtney Hubbard. Not going to be able to do so, but he's going to have a big run here into turn number 1.
Oh yeah, Courtney's out there. Definitely had the right strategy to try to keep it on the bottom and try to get this track position. As we've seen majority of this race, they've been keeping it pretty even outside and inside. Sometimes the outside will get a run, and I thought they were going up there and did not, and it stayed on the bottom. Yeah, just stay in it and just try to stay. Oh wait, Melikar. Tries to split the middle, baby, and then gets right back in line. Holy crap, almost a bad one there, but they got it straightened up, and they're back in line.
That looked like something we're pretty used to right there, Trev. Someone trying to split it right up the middle. Justin Melikar, is someone not unfamiliar with normal PGR races. Yellow flag on the racetrack back here. Is that a car sideways down there on the bottom? It is. It's the 22 car. of Jeremy Rafison has gone around here. That's a lapped machine. I wonder what went wrong here. Third caution. Man, we had such a good green flag run, and now we're starting to get this rash of cautions early. I see a truck up there with significant damage, Trev. I'm trying to see who it is. They don't even have a rear clip right in front of him. It's Clint Mata. Has a little bit, not a little bit, he doesn't even have a rear clip on his truck anymore. And then look at the left side for him in that 007. Wow.
I wonder if there was any ARCA braking going on there. Maybe that's a big hit to the rear.
I mean, let's take a look at him. This is all the way back in turn 4. Let's see
got a truck on the apron right there.
We do have a truck down there. I'm trying to, oh my, this is maybe another one of those kind of stack up incidents. We got something must have happened up ahead. Oh, ooh, wow, 51.
There it is.
Up into, I can't tell who that is. The bike. Oh, well, okay. You know, I hesitate to call that arc braking right there. I mean, that's kind of just
a
stack up right there. I think that was Diego Burriel that got into him, and it was. Well, let's look at him. He's gonna blink out, unfortunately. Oh yeah, pretty heavy right front damage for Diego. Doesn't look awful. He should be able to get it fixed pretty well. But we'll go back and maybe try and find an actual cause of this, because this seemed to start way up ahead. The 51 right there, I'm trying to see, who is that? Oh, we know who the 51 is. I'm trying to see who that is above him. Not really a legible number on that truck. Kind of difficult to see that. Kind of focus on Nicholas Aloysia here. Maybe we can start to see something develop up ahead. They're just slow. I'm kind of confused here, Trev. I'm not really sure why there was a stack up to begin with.
Maybe just trying to be a little more cautious. Maybe they were just being a little extra cautious and just ended up stacking up. Maybe that was just what happened there. I mean, just trying to be a little safe. Wow, really slow there.
You can hear it. We're on board with McMillian. You can hear the engine. I mean, he's extremely slow in that corner. Actually, we're gonna let's manually back this up real quick because. There it is. Found it
from the wreck. Yeah.
The apron got him again. It looks like, big stack up for, he gets hit. He gets hit from a car behind who, that was, I believe, the 62 car that got into him. We'll have to go back and check that. Let's see if we can find him real quick. Let's just back it up and get a better angle of this. That explains a lot right there. Just had to back it up a little bit further, I guess. But let's see if we can find the 62. Trying to find him in here. It's kind of hard to find. There he is. Nicholas Aloysia. That is going to be the car that gets into the 5. Maybe just not reading that stack up. And then there's Dylan Connolly again in the 95 car. Almost victim to another stack up. And then the wreck continues out back. Way back here, as you see, oh wow, oh man, is that Caleb Moisier getting a piece of this? Nosing it into the inside wall. Rough night for Moisier. Just got his lap back too, and he's gonna be victim to this crash back here. He had to tow that car. Let's see if we can get a better focus on Clint Mata here. You see, I mean, just sees the wreck up front. Great job kind of darting down to the bottom, and nothing Diego Burriel in the 43 can do there. Just kind of falling in his lap, but that's just a victim of everyone trying to avoid what's happening in front of them. So that's really going to be the story of this now third caution on the night, as there's a look now at Clint Mata. He now has a rear clip, and the truck looks fairly new again. And there's Caleb Moisier as well.
Caleb's still a little bit of damage, but I mean, it shouldn't hurt. The right front's poking out pretty hard, but we probably still got some time here. Hopefully with a couple more cautions, you probably be able to get his truck fixed. But I do want to make a couple shout-outs right now since we're under caution. We got a super chat from Butternips. He says, Trevor is washed, and let's go chase. So shout out to Butternips in the chat. And also, I do want to make another shout-out here from Midnight Racing League. They're also, as we're going on and learning and who's who, Colton Ward is your Season 1 defending champion. So shout out for the defending champion right now, which he is running fourth. Running fourth right now, so good stuff there. And Shane Har, sorry, once again, we're going to butcher this. He was the runner-up for Season 1. So those are your... actually, he's running second. So fourth and second to first and second to your defending season champion and runner-up. So just want to make a quick shout out there to those guys. Make sure they're not undermining in any way. So good stuff.
Yeah, there we go. That's great information by you guys. We appreciate that in here. And we do see someone down there in the interview waiting room at the moment. That is the number 95, Dylan Connolly. I think it might be a little too late to try and grab him for one now. We'll try and get to him later, in maybe when the next caution comes out. Or, who knows, Trev, we might feel frisky and bring him up here under green. Who knows? We'll just have to play it by ear a little bit. But the pace car is going to be rolling in this time. They're going to be taking lap number 35. 51 laps to go in this race. Courtney Hubbard still leading the race with Shane Haar in second, Justin Mellicar third, Colton Ward fourth, and Connor Leach in fifth. Here we go, back in the air. Oh, this is going to be a big stack up right here. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, everyone really got on their toes for that one. I saw it looked like Courtney kind of launched right there and then slowed down and then launched again, but look at the stack up it caused out back. Reginald Harris, that's not, no, apologies right here. Clinton Weist, you got to correct me on that one too. Lost a lot of track position right there in the wake of that stack up that happened on the bottom lane of the racetrack, and that's good news for Reginald Harris in that yellow 113 truck, who's going to easily clear down if he wants to stay there on the bottom. Look at the back of the field. Look at all the jockeying going around back there, and I'll tell you what, I see someone back there, Chase Mistretta. I'm not sure why Chase is all the way in the back now, but I guess maybe he just wanted to try and save a little bit, or who knows, but that's one of our contenders sitting right now all the way back in 29th, and that's somebody we know that's going to be making his way up to the front of the field, and he's got Dylan Connolly in front of him. That's going to be a pretty stout duo to watch out for as we continue on. Courtney Hubbard cleared up to the outside lane. That's going to leave Justin Mellicar the leader into turn one.
Yeah, I do want to point out Courtney still didn't pit, it looks like. Yeah, she put it on lap 17, and she's still been out here out front. So hopefully she's pretty good on fuel line. She's getting split. No, falls back in line. So shout out to her. And Mellicar is down here. Sorry, Mellicar leading on the bottom with Leach pushing into 3 and 4. So they're getting a good little run here. The bottom is shipping out as the outside line is kind of broken up a little bit. But once they get back here together, they should be able to form a little run and get back to the outside and possibly maybe get to Mellicar's door. So we're waiting to see that. They're broken up a little bit on the outside, but that's all right. Like I said, we still got a long race. But we do know, if anybody's watched prior PGR broadcasts, I have definitely been out here saying, yeah, let's go green, and then they end up junking it. So let's go ahead and change the vibe. Let's just get this thing going, get some laps in, and man, they are spread out back there. Holy cow. They are all 3 wide, 2 wide down the back stretch. Everybody's trying to jock for position. And as I say that, now they get back in line. So, hey, man, that's the name of the game. You're just trying to find a place to ride, find the place that you best fit in, and try to get to the front. And, yeah, these boys and girls are doing great out here. Love it.
Oh,
Chase.
oh!
They're wrecking. Oh, man.
Jesse Dawson on his roof, out of the corner on his side at least. We're still crashing. The 56 is around. Dylan Connolly, he's going to get away okay. The 56 trying to see who that is. That's Justin McCurdy. What a wild camera cut that was. Trevor still crashing. The 6 back into the 56. Wow, that was insane. Everything was all well and good, and then all of a sudden we got a truck on its roof. Can't wait to go back and look at this one. This started with the 6 of Jesse Dawson up here. Kind of in the middle of the pack, I believe it was. Let's see if...
Watch my POV from that.
Okay, and for those who didn't know, that's Chase Mistretta. He's up here hanging out in the booth with us, kind of an in-race reporter, if you will. And I guess we're going to take a look at Chase's POV from this. So this is going to start with Jesse Dawson, it looks like. Oh, maybe trying to get split. Oh, the 80 just kind of gets into him right there. And wow, up and over, right onto the side. Lands back on its wheels, and then the chaos kind of continues down there, really out back. Oh, some big hits. Oh, man. Clint Mata involved again in the 007. Doesn't look like he has a front bumper anymore on that car. And then wreck him up some more here. Why not? A little bit after the crash with Justin McCurdy and Jesse Dawson. Let's back this up again, see if we can get a better angle, really, of what happened in the back of the field here. We're looking at Clint Mata. Oh, the 30 getting loose, trying to... Oh, he just gets into the 56 there. It spins him down. The 22 gets sideways, and they just meet in the middle. Right there, 22 car. Another car that's had a lot of bad luck here tonight. going to be involved in yet another incident along with Clint Mata. Let's back this up. Before I forget, I want to see if this camera angle is going to be a thing of beauty or not right here, Trev. If we can see Jesse going up and over. Oh, kinda. What a wild shot that is, seeing the 6. That's weird. In the banking of a corner doing a blowover like that. Don't see that one too often in iRacing, or especially not in real life. But let's go back one more time and just kind of focus this on the 6 car. Wow. I mean, I guess all things considered, a pretty simple ride for him. Let's back it up. Let's get an onboard shot with Mr. Dawson here. The thing is here, what really causes, he's riding a little bit high here, and that allows the 80 to try and put it under him right there in the left rear. That's Ethan Evers, someone we've seen up front tonight, and it just didn't work for him. There's a car there, and unfortunately that's going to get him taken out for the moment. So there's that. We're going to go back live real quick. Actually, wait, no, I'm forgetting something. There's a look at Justin McCurdy. We need to go on board with Chase Mastretta here, since he requested we see his point of view from this incident. Let's go on board with him. Ooh, getting a little bit hit there. Gonna drive back through the grass. Maybe a little damage for Chase. Trying to see, maybe not. Might get away from that one okay. So good news for Chase, the man out of Florence, Mississippi. Man, unfortunately, Dylan Connolly has left the interview waiting room, so we're, of course, right when he's up here on the front row of the race. And we'll point out very quickly, we've lost Trev for a little bit. He had to go tend to his job. For those who don't know, he is a tow truck driver, kind of owns a towing company out there in Augusta, Georgia. Had to go out there and tow a car, apparently. So we lost him for a little bit, and I'm sure we'll have him back before the end of tonight's race. There is someone sitting down here in the waiting room. Forgive me, I'm not sure who that is, but we're going to pull him up here in one moment. Let's take a look at the chat. Super chat from here, from that Stoge guy, $2. Let's go Garber. There we go, showing his support. We appreciate those $2 in that super chat from you. Looking at the rest of it, Midnight Race League 84 and 71 are teammates, working together really well. Yeah, as we can see, they've really done a great job so far in this one. Now let's go ahead and pull this up. This name says Lysol Survivor 22. We're going to pull him up in the booth really quick. Lysol Survivor, Landon in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yo.
So, remind me, what's your name in here?
Jesse Dawson.
Jesse Dawson, okay. Perfect. After that,
on the side.
Yeah, wild ride straight out of the infield care center. We have Mr. Dawson in here with us in the booth. And I will say, I still see you out here on the racetrack right now, so I guess you didn't really have that much damage, but we're looking at you now. Pretty significant rear end damage. What's your plan for the rest of this race?
Just riding in the back to keep it out of all trouble. Hopefully I get it gathered back together, get up to the front, and win the race.
Sounds good. Sounds like a plan right here. Well, we've got about 45 laps to go. We wish you the best. Try and get that thing fixed to get back up to the front.
Yes, sir.
There we go. Back to Green Flag Racing here. There's a look at Jesse. Pretty significant damage right there. Going to need some yellow flags to help him back out. But look at this. Connor Leach, Dylan Connolly going to be the new leaders of the race with Braden Walters, Shane Hart, Justin Melikar. They're relegated back to 3rd, 4th, and 5th now. CJ Papa up here in 6th as well. Frank Chavez 7th. Reginald Harris 8th. Chase Mastretta all the way back up into the 9th position. And then Colton Ward up there in the 10th position, trying to be the lead pusher to Reginald right there. On that bottom line, it's just not working out. He's getting him real loose at the moment. Shane Hart is going to make an abrupt move up to the top side of the racetrack as will. I'm trying to see who that is. Oh, really tight 3 wide here with Chase Mastretta. Kind of dooring Colton Ward out of the way. Look at him just driving up the middle again. You know, is this what we expect? Again, you know, PGR eSports, any of y'all new here, we really specialize in super speedway racing. We have some of the best there are when it comes to that, and these guys that come from that, they are extremely aggressive, and they will find a way to the front of the field, as we see what Chase is doing right now. We saw him all the way back in 32nd earlier, now all the way back up to 7th. Back up front, it's Connor Leach still leading the race with Dylan Connolly in tow. Shane Haar, Braden Walters, and CJ Papa kind of battling for that 4th position at the moment. But that outside lane really starting to surge now with Shane Haar and CJ Papa making a lot of progress early on, approaching the halfway lap in the race here tonight. Kind of a little bit of a crashing little first part of the race, first half of the race, but maybe we can get some green flag laps under our belts here. Maybe even get some green flag pit stops later on. That'd be pretty cool to see that. Still 2x2, and we haven't really seen a lot of 3 wide just yet. And that's kind of... We've seen people try to make moves, splitting people 3 wide. We see Chase Mastretta do it a few times. I believe we saw Dylan Connolly doing the same thing earlier as well. But it's... Oh, there it is! 21 around and trying to lift, and there's everybody. Oh my, big crash. The big one on the back straightaway is going to take out Colton Ward. And a few others, unfortunately, blinking back in here. Derek Anderline going to be involved in this. Braden Walters.
Hey, we got Chase here on the in-race report. I told CJ Papa to hold it a lower, and he just murdered the guy below him.
Well, there we go. There's the word from Chase. We'll go back on the replay and take a look at it really quickly. There's a look at Kevin Smith. Man, these are the leaders, the dominators in this race we've seen so far involved in tonight's big one, officially. The big one here on lap number 43. So let's go back and take a look. We heard what Chase had to say about it. Now let's see if that's what happened out here on the racetrack. We're going to take it up topside and start, I guess, with CJ Papa. It's kind of a bad view. Let's see if we can do this. This will work out perfect for us. So Papa comes down the racetrack. They kind of meet in the middle right there. Papa's obviously coming down the racetrack a good bit. The 7 is coming up ever so slightly up the racetrack. In the same time, a little bit of meeting in the middle. Oh, man, Justin Mellicar gets a piece of this. Also, then we need to really focus on 21. That's Shane Haar. He's going to spin, and then the stack up out back just really is what causes this to be the big one. Colton Ward and a few others. Oh, man, that's where Kevin Smith's going to get a piece. The 162 car as well as... Well, I mean, looking at Ward, I think he's just going to do a simple 360 and continue on. Maybe a little bit of damage on this car, but nothing too crazy. See if we can... We'll focus this on Ward for now. So we can maybe get a gist of what occurred in the back here, and it's just the stack up is what happened. Everyone trying to avoid what's happening in front of them, and then the chaos ensues out back. Oh, man. Getting cars lifted up off the ground back there. The 11 car being one of them. Let's see who that one is. It's going to be William Hewitt. Getting lifted off the ground momentarily. In part of that stack up. Then his left front fender trying to fall off. Right, they're glitching back onto his car. So he'll need to fix that. Let's go back and see if we could get a focus on him for this one. He will blink out for just a moment. Oh, wow. Kind of rear end to rear end hit right there. Don't see that one too often. Especially in that fashion where it lifted the 11 off the ground. That's really unique. Another person we should probably point out in this, Justin Mellicar. Someone that we saw at the front of the field. He goes way low to avoid it, but oh, he's going to save it. Good save by Justin right there. Maybe a little bit of damage on the right side, but should be able to continue on in the race just fine. I want to see if when he comes around here we can get a better view. Yeah, definitely some door damage. And might have some unfixable kind of skirt damage down around the door, but should be able to be viable for the rest of tonight's race. Let's see if we can get a nice little angle of this. On the backstretch wall camera, there is where it originates. And then the field's going to scatter. Is that Mark Person, I think, tagging the wall also? And look at just the junkyard in the back of the field. There you go. We're going to go back live. That's a look here. That is going to be Kevin Smith, I believe, sure enough. Trying to fix a lot of damage. I think he's a lap down now. It's tough for him. Mark Person still sitting in the pits with a pretty destroyed race car. Another threat kind of taken out here. We see some more guys in the pits. Caleb Mosier with a lot of damage on his car still. Seth Heyman trying to fix up the nose. It's Clint Weiss. I'm trying to see everyone else that was involved here. This is Colton Ward. Looks pretty good to go for Ward. Derek Anderline was another one we saw involved, and I think he's going to get away pretty well, all things considered. Seen him involved in a couple tonight too, but got a relatively clean truck to go along with it. We'll take a look at Justin Mellicar. Can't even see the side where he actually received damage on, but at least the left side of the car looks absolutely great. Great to ride. Further on, then we'll take a look at Shane Haar in that Black Rifle Coffee 21 camo car, looking pretty sharp as well. Maybe a little bit of damage in front of him right there. Tyler Henry, just in front of that left rear tire. Shouldn't be anything too noticeable for him handling-wise on the racetrack to continue on. So, back in front, still Connor Leach, Reginald Harris, Nicholas Aloysia, Courtney Hubbard, Chase Mastretta will be your top 5, with Dylan Connolly, Tyler Stevenson, Frank Chavez, Richard McMillian, and Cliff Mullins going to be rounding out the top 10. After our 5th yellow flag of tonight. Let's take a look at the chat real quick before we go back green. Nutty Wood Jr. saying, fully repaired, let's do this. 6 car here. Okay, that's who we just spoke to. Fully repaired. We saw him on his side just a little bit ago. And he's fully repaired now and appeared to get through that last wreck. A-OK. Green flag, excuse me. He's going to come back out here. Oh, man! 51 car got a big jump. We're stacking him up in the back and we're going to crash. Big crash. Justin Mellicar is involved. Juan Cobb's going to get a piece. Braden Powers involved as well. I think Braden Walters, Derek Anderline, Shane Haar gets another piece of it, and everyone's trying to get back going, and we're still going to crash him up a little bit more. Is that Clint Weiss that got a piece of this also? All the way back there, Seth Heyman also, as well. I mean, wow. I thought this incident was going to come from the bottom lane of the racetrack, and it didn't. This started on the top sides. We had 2 completely separate stack-ups occur in the same restart. So let's go back to this one. Apologies, that is the last caution flag. We need to go back to this one. Let's focus on Seth Heyman. Let's see if we can bring this over to here. Okay, this is really going to start, I believe, with the 51, or maybe the 57, excuse me, that gets around first. It's going to be Brendan Reed. Kind of lagging back here on this restart, and man, just a poor restart from the outside lane. The stack up's going to start with the 23, the 5, and the 80, and the 57. He's going to hit the brakes to avoid all this, and he's going to get ran over by the 16 of Braden Powers. Is going to spin him down to the 96, down into Shane Haar, down into Justin Mellicar, and then Juan Cobbs gets into Diego Burriel, up into the 7 of Braden Walters, and that's just kind of the story of it here, and it continues. Derek Enderline in the 35 is really going to not have much room to go here. I think, actually, great job by Derek in the 35 there to avoid. I mean, it looks like he just nailed the brake pedal. See a few other drivers coming in late. So I want to get a quick onboard with Derek Enderline. Great job by him to really kind of stomp on the brake pedal here. He sees what's occurring in front of him. Ooh. Maybe just getting touched a little bit on that right side, but and then as they try to sort it out afterwards, maybe a little bit more. Oh, yeah, definitely going to get there into Braden Walters. But again, just I think he's going to be away okay. Shouldn't be too much damage for him. Let's take a look at that nose. If we can, get a good angle of it. Maybe some right front, but should be okay to continue. Let's go back maybe Justin Melikar. See what he sees, excuse me, through this. And he's really starting on the bottom side where this develops right in front of him. Oh, man. Two cars getting spun at once. Nothing Justin can do. Square hit into Colton Ward. Waiting for all the cars to pass, and then he's going to continue on. Let's take it back to Shane Haar. Just whatever the opposite of parting the Red Sea is what just happened to Shane Haar. It just completely squeezed up in front of him from both angles. Again, I don't think really too heavy damage for anyone involved in this. We can back this up also. Diego Burriel, let's see what he sees through this. Oh man, is he going to get turned from out back? I think he is. He's on the brakes. He's going to get turned up into the wall. A little nose damage to go along with it, and he's going to try. Oh, he's going to get hit again. And he's going to try and get it going as there's a blue fender laying in the grass. I'm wondering if that was Colton Ward's fender. If so, that's someone. It sure enough is. Look at that left front for Colton Ward. Last season's champion. That's crazy. There's a look at Seth Heyman. He's going to be all right. Let's go back to Derek Anderline. There he is. 35. Juan Cobbs. We saw get a little piece of this as well. There he is along with Braden Walters. William Hewitt going to get away okay. Brent Garber. Justin Melikar. There he is. Braden Powers back here with some pretty heavy left door damage in the 16. And then Brendan Reed. Still sitting in pit road at the moment, so bad news for him. He has gone at least one lap down. Back in front, it's Connor Leach. Still leading with Nicholas Aloysia. JD Rashid now up here with Courtney Hubbard. And Ethan Evers finds his way back into 5th position. Let's take a look at the chat once again. Kind of got distracted with all that just went on that last restart. Lots of guys in the chat tonight. 46 viewers. Shout out to y'all for tuning in this late on a Friday night to watch this race. That's a lot of viewership. We very much appreciate that. Here now I see Dylan Connolly in the chat. Driving good right now. Come on, Dylan, get back in the chat. Let me give you an interview. For whenever the next caution comes. You were in here earlier. I was going to get to you and you left. So get back in here for us. Let's get a quick word with you when you have a chance. We're going to be coming to 51, lap number 51 here after our 6th caution. Very quick one after the 5th one. Connor Leach, Nicholas Aloysia going to be battling to try and regain the lead. Connor Leach's been doing a pretty good job of just managing it so far of his time that he has been out in the front of the field. Green flag's going to come back out here. He's going to go late in the zone. No crazy stack-ups this time, it doesn't appear, but I'll tell you what, this front row absolutely launched away from the rest of the field. Leach and Aloysia, sorry, that's a tongue twister. Trying to get that name right. They just absolutely shot out of a cannon. Aloysia is going to clear down behind Connor Leach, but oh, look at the run topside. JD Rashid and Chase Mastretta. In turn number 2, they are absolutely flying. What a great run. Take it to Rashid to be the leader out of turn 2 with a strong surge from Chase Mastretta. Rashid's going to clear all the way down. And that's going to leave Mastretta leading the outside lane now with a push from Cliff Mullins in the 37. That's a new name. We haven't seen him up front yet. See what he can do up here. And then he'll be followed by Tyler Stevenson and CJ Papa, I believe, in the 14, sure enough. 4th in lane in the middle, but he's going to get split out by the 47 of Dalton Hayes. CJ Papa's going to the back. Dalton Hayes getting real aggressive now, splitting cars up the middle. Nicholas Aloysia kind of losing some touch there to the 2 leaders of the bottom lane, but now he's going to surge back up to him. That'll be good for their energy, trying to develop all that and get their guy, who is now JD Rashid, to get ahead of Chase Mastretta, but Mastretta got a pretty good pull right now on Rashid. Just not able to clear Rashid into turn 3. Pretty organized pack right here. That's nice. Maybe everyone's decided to calm down a little bit after all the chaos that we've seen. Give this lap to Rashid, although, hey, Mastretta still trying to pull on that top side. Gonna be the leader into turn number 1, but the bottom lane is obviously gonna surge once more, taking the shorter way around the racetrack. But then, out of the corner, Mastretta is gonna get a great surge, but oh man! Lots going on right there. I'm not sure what that was about. That's gonna lose them quite a bit of momentum. JD Rashid's gonna be well clear of Mastretta. He could take it topside if he wants to, but he's just gonna stay down for the moment, as Cliff Mullins get a little bit squirrely behind the back bumper of Chase Mastretta. Give this lap to Rashid once more. Mastretta with the nose into 1, but it's still just not yet materializing. JD Rashid, you know, being the leader of the race, in an ideal circumstance, if you get clear of that top lane, you want to go up there and kind of block it in a way, just to try to control the temperatures and make you be the outright controller of the race. He's not doing that, but he is still managing to succeed down there. Mastretta can pull and kind of get the nose ahead of him into every corner with the momentum he gains from the outside of the racetrack, but now he's going to lose some. As I believe that is Cliff Mullins, 37. He's went all the way topside. He's going to get split out by Tyler Stevenson. So maybe that's what they needed here. Maybe, presumably, Cliff Mullins was maybe getting a little bit hot. Kind of took it up to the top side, try and get some of that air file back in line. Luckily, looks like someone let him back in. I think it was the 47 of Dalton Hayes. Was going to let him back in line and allow Tyler Stevenson to try and give his push. Chase Mastretta getting real squirrely back there, but big surge from the top, but just, once again, not enough for Chase to clear down to the bottom. Chase parking it on the door of JD Rashid. That might have given him the edge right there. Great side draft administered by the aid of Mastretta, but just maybe not yet. He needs that push to get him cleared down. Rashid's still going to have the edge into 1. I'll tell you what, Stevenson getting really, really squirrely back there trying to push Chase Mastretta. And at this point now, it looks like he's getting a little bit warm. Mastretta doing everything he can to try and park it on the door of the 50 Menards Toyota Tundra. But JD Rashid try to put that side draft on him, and he's doing a great job of it. But it's just not materializing for these guys. Rashid on the bottom, he's not even really getting pushed by Connor Leach at the moment. But the thing is, when you don't have someone controlling the lanes, both of the lanes get hot. And this is where it is a prime opportunity for a third lane to develop, because they will have fresh temperatures. They will just surge and we're crashing. Mastretta's around, almost up and over. He's going to get hit a few times. And once more for good measure. I don't think his damage is too bad, though. He should be able to... Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh! Yep. Saw that coming. But, I mean, if that was a square hit kind of on the door, he should still be okay. Unless there's any wheel damage for Chase, which at the moment doesn't look like there is. And now, struggling to see where he is. Guess he's going to blink out for a moment. Not sure what's going on there. But there it is. That was the big one. Part 2. See where this starts. Stevenson gets loose behind him, and, you know, I was afraid of it. I saw it coming. He was just so sideways trying to push Chase. What a ride that was. Back there, got a truck up on the wall. Let's focus this back on Stevenson. You could really... I mean, he was just getting so loose pushing Chase back there, and that time that's just really what sealed it. He comes down into Connor Leach and Aloysia, and the big one happens, and I mean, Chase Mastretta, absolutely nothing he could do. Go back, see if we can get a better view of kind of the back of the field here. I know we saw the 56 Justin McCurdy. He went around. Almost getting up and over, but I think he's going to get away okay. Connor Leach getting tossed around like a pinball. Oh, man, Derek Anderline involved again. Oh, and Shane Haar in the 21 catches a piece of it. Get a few more angles of this real quick. I'm trying to see who that truck is. I mean, forgive me for trying to see who that is. There's just no number on it. Is it Nicholas Bass? I think it is. Let's get a look at him through this. As he ramped off of a couple of trucks. Oh, he ramps off Derek Anderline and ends up on his side riding the wall, Casey Kane at Bristol style. Just this time at Daytona, or more so since we're at Daytona. Maybe Brett Holmes in that ARCA race a few years ago. But it lands back on its wheels, and he's going to continue on. Let's get it on board with him real quick. Let's get the 52 car of Nicholas Bass. Wow. Takes a look at the catch fence, and not a view you ever want to see as a driver, real life or iRacing. Stuck there on your side. He was lucky that you managed to get back down on all four wheels. Let me take this back again. Let's take a look at a few more drivers. Chase Mastretta, for example, just gets absolutely blindsided here. Nothing he can do. Holding the brakes down, and the damage isn't too bad. He's going to get hit once right there, and that might have done his axle in or something of the nature. And then a secondary pack is going to come along, and he tries to turn it around and just gets nailed again. I'll tell you who had a good view of that. Justin McCurdy. We'll go back to him for a moment. There's Melikar in the 84 making his way through. I'm sorry, I hate to laugh at that. Chase is still in here. He's probably watching it here. that's kind of... It is kind of funny. It's unfortunate, but what a crazy view that was for Justin McCurdy.
Bullshit.
There's Chase. Unfortunately, there he is, out of tonight's race. One of our threats, definitely always going to be a favorite in this league at a super speedway will be Chase Mastretta, along with a few other guys that at least I personally know of. You know, Dylan Connolly, Justin Melikar, Mark Person. Those are some guys that you know are going to be up front vying for the win. But I'll tell you what, I'm thoroughly impressed with some of the names and drivers that I'm seeing out here tonight, doing a great job up front in this race. For example, Ethan Evers being one of them in the 80, who's now the leader of the race. Colton Ward's back up here. He got a new fender. Going to be starting in second. How about Nicholas Aloysia up there in the 62 car in fourth? But, oh, we might start sacking him up again. Maybe not. they're going to get away okay, and I'll tell you, 25 laps to go, and we're really starting to kind of thin the field out here. We started with about, what, 38 of them, and really starting to thin it out now. But Evers, with a lead into 1 over Ward, that help is going to get to Ward sooner than it will for Evers. As Ward is easily going to be clear. So, well, Aloysia, maybe, maybe not. Okay, Aloysia is going to stay up. But he just doesn't have that help yet. Frank Chavez in the 23 needs to get up there and connect with him, or else Ethan Evers is going to have a look at clearing back up in front of Aloysia. And I'm sure he'd want to do that, because Aloysia just provided that tremendous push to Colton Ward to give him back the lead of the race with 24 to go. But that outside lane is just not working right now. Absolutely falling. Like, they have completely dropped the anchor in that outside lane. Aloysia bails. He finds a spot down to the bottom and says, I'm just going to get out of this. It's going absolutely nowhere. Yeah, Aloysia maybe trying to take a look, go back to the top side. He's going to stay down for the moment. Shane Hard getting a little bit loose down there, getting shoved under the apron. And we're going to crash again in the back. Trying to cut to, is that Derek Enderline? I believe it is. Forgive me, I'm trying to find him here. There he is. Derek Enderline, 35. Rough night continues for Derek. And that very well might have done him in. I think he's going to tow his car away, sure enough. That's tough for Derek Enderline. Seeing him kind of run, midfield a little bit, trying to get his way up there, and just keeps getting taken out left and right. So, tough for Enderline. Let's go back and take a look at what caused this. I think he's going to get hit by Stevenson. Once again, right here. Seeing the 51 car involved in a lot of this tonight, too. Enderline kind of slowing down to avoid it. Stevenson gets into him and nails the outside wall. Spins back down into the infield grass, and that's tough right there for Enderline. There's nothing he could do. He's trying to avoid chaos down there on the bottom of the racetrack and gets plumb run over, really. You see Stevenson, he tries to let out. You see the flames coming out of the pipes right there. It was just too little too late for Enderline, who's just going to take a brutal hit to the outside wall. Here's the last bit of the onboard with him. Let's get a view of this crazy crash for Derek Enderline, get his point of view of it. Oh man, he gets hit right into Buriel. Nose it in the wall, blink out momentarily, come back in. You could hear just in that instant the engine expire for Derek Enderline, and that is a death sentence. You're on iRacing when that happens, especially with no fast repairs, you are out. So that will be the end of Derek Enderline's night. Ended prematurely here, so that is unfortunate for him. Let's go back and see if we could maybe get a good angle of this real quick. Let's see it begin at least. There's where he's going to get turned, and you'll see that hit right there, almost just to the right of the Daytona logo. Blinks out, but comes back in. And that story is that one. There's a look at Enderline sitting in the pits. Just really a one-car incident. 2 cars technically involved in it, but 1 car receiving significant damage, and that is Enderline, who will be out of tonight's event. Let's see if we can get a few more updates. There's Jesse Dawson sitting in the pits, William Hewitt as well. Justin McCurdy appears to be the last car on the lead lap at the moment. Brent Garber sitting in pit road for quite an extended period of time. Some of y'all might know him as Chef Moorhead on Twitch. Pretty big Twitch streamer. We see him pretty often on iRacing. Here he is sitting in pit road. I'm not really sure why he is. A little bit of damage there, but I don't think it's anything crazy. Let's see if we can take a look at the leaders real quick. They're coming out of turn 4, so he's going to need to get a move on pretty quickly. They see Jesse Dawson in the 6 is going to go through him, but yeah, I guess he does have damage. You just saw that right side kind of pop back out for him, and he will leave pit road. So it's good news for Brent Garber. Let's take a look at Dalton Hayes in the 47. He's going to be leaving as well. JD Rashid getting shuffled back. He back here. He was up here a couple of restarts ago leading this thing, and he's going to find himself in 17th now. Courtney Hubbard, who saw leading some laps earlier, going to be back in 16th. Tyler Stevenson up here in 15th. Reginald Harris, 14th. CJ Papa, there he is in the 13 machine in 13th position. Frank Chavez up in 11th. Juan Cobbs. Kind of a quiet night for Juan Cobbs. Been sitting in the back for most of this. We've seen him, but he finds himself up here in 12th now. Maybe trying to make some moves late. When we'll be restarting with 20 laps to go. Braden Walters up here in 10th. Dylan Connolly, there he is in 9th. Connor Leach, 8th. Shane Haar, back up here in 7th. Justin Melikar, 6th. Cliff Mullins in 5th. Nicholas Aloysia, 4th. Richard McMillian, 3rd. Ethan Evers, 2nd. And Colton Ward in 1st. And we will be coming to 20 laps to go after 8 yellow flags on the night so far. And I tell you, we saw it go green really for the first 20 laps, and I was like, well, you know, this might be a good clean and green race at a super speedway. And as we can see in the chat, Midnight Racing League in the chat saying typical super speedway racing. Well, yeah, that's that is what you tend to get here on iRacing. You know, lots of crashes. Rarely does it ever go green, especially in the truck too. A vehicle that you can't really break away from people from. You're kind of all packed up for the whole race, unless some insane stack up happens or some other reason. But it's not like a Gen 6 or a Next Gen or an ARCA car where if you push really hard, you can just break everybody. Can't do that in these. Along with the Xfinity cars also, you just can't do it. So that could be a result of some of these crashes tonight. And I still am waiting for the third lane to develop. And it just still hasn't developed yet. And it's kind of surprising to me that we haven't seen that yet. But, again, 20 laps to go. We're getting down to crunch time, so we should be seeing it soon. Colton Ward, Ethan Evers, Nicholas Aloysia, Richard McMillian going to be the front 2 rows as we restart the race again. Solid jump on the bottom side for Ward. Aloysia getting to him at the perfect time. They're both clear of the outside lane and the exit of the tribal. What's Aloysia going to do here? He's just going to stay in line. Probably for the best. That outside lane had absolutely no momentum. Ethan Evers in the 80 decided he's going to hop back down too. How about Richard McMillian? Saw him involved in some incidents earlier. Now he's back up here leading the outside lane with a push from Justin Melikar. Shane Haar, look at him in the 21. Hopping back up there. 71 car, Mr. Connor Leach, he said, no sir, I won't back down there at the bottom. And there he is, old Decon, Dylan Connolly up there in the 95 car. Finds himself 3rd on the top side with Shane Haar. That outside lane, man, they are leaving a lot of gap between their 2 lanes right now. If someone wanted to split that, they could do it. No one's going to do it yet. McMillian to the lead in turn number 1. Going to clear down. New leader for tonight's race. That's going to leave Justin Melikar and Dylan Connolly leading the outside, and I'll tell you what, that's a pretty lethal combo right there. Connolly going to get to that back bumper, try everything he can to get Melikar to the lead, and I'll tell you, he's already got him. Just maybe with an edge. Will be McMillian into turn 3. It looked like Melikar might have had a chance at it. Just not yet, though, but Connolly going to try and regroup and reconnect to him. Give that lap back to McMillian. Colton Ward doing a great job, though, on the bottom with Richard McMillian, pushing him for all he is worth. And maybe now it's saying, go up, hop up, let me cool off a little bit. But McMillian going to stay low. That's going to let that outside lane surge once again. $18 laps to go. Really getting down to it now. Maybe a look at the third lane, maybe not. It looked like the 50 was trying to take a look at it. He's going to think better of it for now. He keeps peeking up there. Just JD Rashid back there in the number 50. He keeps peeking up there. I'm thinking he wants to try and do something. And we have a little bit of 3 wide back here. Dalton Hayes splitting it up the middle between Justin McCurdy, who's a lapped machine. Actually, is the first car lap down at the moment. Trying to split up the middle. He does that successfully. And then 007 Clint Mata, also another lap car. Those two are fighting for the lucky dog at the moment, along with William Hewitt in the 11. There's Brent Garber trying to make that third lane work, taking a peek at it. Not going to do it just yet. Maybe watch out for that 47 car. He's been really aggressive. One of the few guys we've seen, other than the expected guys of, you know, like Mastretta and Connolly earlier in the race and Melikar, trying to split these lanes. He was trying to do it too, and he was doing it with some success. Now, we'll say, he's got a little damage right there, does Hayes, on the left rear. It doesn't look terrible by any means, but he sure is making it work right now. Maybe trying to take that peak. We've got contact. Connor Leach gets hit right there by, I believe, Frank Chavez. New leader for a moment is Justin Melikar. There it is. I called it out. Dalton Hayes. Keep an eye on this guy in the 47. He just split out JD Rashid and is just slowly gaining track position doing so. And his next victim will be Frank Chavez in that 23, unless Chavez sees what's coming and is going to try and park it on the door of the inside lane to not allow Dalton Hayes to do that. And up front, it's just a momentum battle now between McMillian and Melikar. Nobody really clearing up, nobody trying to control these temperatures. And that's really what it's going to boil down to. We saw this earlier in the race with a couple other guys between Mastretta and Ward and a few others. McMillian going to have the edge into 1. We're crashing the back. Big crash. We got one up and over. It's Courtney Hubbard riding on the side again. Man, we've seen that a lot tonight. Gonna start barrel rolling in the grass. Oh, only once. Hey, y'all sure do like to put trucks on roofs here in this league, don't you? Courtney Hubbard up and over, but I'll tell you the good news is for trucks is when that happens, you rarely ever get any crazy damage out of it. Roof damage isn't even modeled into the game, or the sim, excuse me. For the trucks it is, at least. Let's take a look at what just happened to Courtney Hubbard. Back here, got a little 3 wide action it looks like. Let's switch this view real quick. 3 wide, get it loose. Kind of comes across the nose of the 11, just spits right up into the air. And then starts riding on one side, and this is the first truck we've seen tonight actually do a barrel roll. Fully over, back onto the wheels. Will be Courtney Hubbard. Let's go back. More time to this, see if we can get this view of it. Wee up and over. Not really much William Hewitt in the 11 could really do there, just kind of getting the nose crossed by Courtney Hubbard, but nothing egregious by any means. Just kind of natural racing, trying to follow the draft of the people in front of you and all of that. But let's go back and see if we can get some more views of this. How about this elusive turn 4 camera again? Field's going to come through. Maybe. Might be a decent view. Up and over. Then switch it to that one. Riding on the wall for Barney the Flagman. And then barrel rolling right under the Daytona logo. That's pretty aesthetic, isn't it? Now you know what time it is. Let's go on board with them. Courtney Hubbard. Out of turn 4. Oh man, that's almost hypnotic. Looking at how I just caught myself staring right into the catch fence when the truck was on its side right there, sliding out of the track, and man, wild ride for Courtney. Let's take it back live. Let's have a look at Courtney Hubbard sitting in the pits for the moment. Shouldn't be too bad, like I mentioned. Maybe, obviously some right front damage, maybe a little bit of right rear damage as well. You can see some on the side, a little bit in front of the right rear wheel. But other than that, I mean, really being the only truck involved, and going to continue on. And when the yellow flag came out, it was Richard McMillian leading the race with Justin Mellicar in second. Colton Ward, Dylan Connolly, Nicholas Aloysia the top 5, followed by Hart, Evers, Mullins, Leach, and Rashid going to be the top 10. Let's see if we can grab another quick interview with somebody. If we can pull somebody up here. Trying to see if we got one of our front runners up here. Hey, how about it? Richard McMillian's down here. We'll see if we can pull him in the booth for a quick moment. Hey, Richard, it's the boys in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
So, really a good race for you. We've seen a little bit of adversity early, getting involved in some wrecks here and there, but you've managed the time perfectly, and now you find yourself in the lead coming to 11 laps to go. What's your thought process here for the rest of the race?
Saving fuel and getting the checkered flag.
Oh, you say saving fuel. Is it really tight for everyone out there right now?
I'm a gallon or a gallon and a half to the good, but being out front, you burn more.
That is true. And, well, that's definitely going to add another factor into this. So we weren't really expecting any fuel problems, but maybe if we get to these green-white checkers, it could be. Well, we wish you luck. Currently a great run for you. Try and get it there and put it in victory lane.
Thank you.
There we go. That's the word from our leader right now, Richard McMillian. Justin Mellicar in second. And Dylan Connolly, I'll tell you, I mean, that's a combo right there to really watch out for. And then, Shane Har, y'all mentioned talking about last season's runner-up, to Colton Ward, if that was correct. I believe I remember that correctly. Someone else we need to watch for, really some heavy hitters up here at the front of the field. And I'll tell you, I'm impressed with Nicholas Aloysia. Driving what is usually my number, 62, out there on the racetrack at the moment. And, I mean, I always got to cheer for the driver of the 62, so how about Aloysia? It's kind of running in the back early in the race, but finds himself right up here in the top 5 when it starts to matter. Green flag back in the air. We're really stacking them up, getting them real tight. McMillian has the help on the bottom lane. He's got Ward and Aloysia and Evers in tow, and Leach. All of them just lined up on the bottom side of the racetrack. Mellicar maybe caught sleeping right there. Maybe Conley was too a little bit on the restart. And now they're at risk of losing their track position. What if Ward wants to hop up here? He might have a look at it. Oh, we're trying to crash again. Juan Cobb's getting shoved off the track. Ward is clear of that lane if he wants to take it. He's going to wait for it. Maybe wait for that run to come back. There it is. Ward topside. Out of turn number 4. Going to get that push from Justin Mellicar, and that's a game changer here for the front of the field. Mellicar trying to connect to that rear bumper of Colton Ward. Just not as much momentum as I was really expecting right there for these guys. McMillian surging on the bottom side of the racetrack, with the push from Nicholas Aloysia. Still just steady 2x2 racing into turn number 3 with 10 laps to go. Take a look at that chat real quick. Teammates linking up on the top side with the 18 and the 84. Okay, that's good to know. Did not know that those two were teammates, so maybe a coordinated move by Colton Ward to go up in front of Justin Mellicar. So they can now control the rest of this race. Now, if that's the case, it's going to be tough for the rest of the field. If a pair of teammates get up here and start controlling, especially someone with knowledge on how this racing works and how the controlling temperatures works that Justin Mellicar has. I'm sure Colton Ward now has too. But I'm still waiting. You know, someone eventually has got to try and make that third lane work. Coming to 8 laps to go this time. Connolly hot behind Mellicar. He's leaving a gap behind him, and that makes sense. I mean, run a few laps. Green here. Oh, third lane, maybe. Someone trying to take a look, but he has no help. That's going to be Cliff Mullins. He just doesn't have help. He needs someone to go up there and bite with him. And maybe Frank Chavez taking a look at it. He's going to just file back in line. You got to go up there with a little bit of help. And taking a look again, maybe with Chavez. Sure enough, he goes to the third lane, gets to the quarter panel of Shane Haar, but he just doesn't have the help. And he'll have to fall back in line again. He needs Chavez or CJ Papa back there to get up there, push him up there on that third lane. And if they do it, and they do it successfully and well, they will absolutely roll because these temperatures aren't being relegated on the front 2 lanes. Between Ward and Mellicar, they're just not clearing up and down, controlling these temperatures. If that third lane goes, they will fly. But we're going to have to wait for that to happen again. Oh, man. Ethan Evers getting a little bit high. Into turn number 1, almost getting into Shane Haar. Luckily doesn't. We will continue green. Oh, Haar topside now, but wow, Mullins splits him out. Shane Haar, nobody home. And that allows that, through all that mess, Dalton Hayes. And, oh, Connolly's going to get split. Wow, Dylan Connolly just got split out by Connor Leach. But maybe that's what's going to get this third lane up and generated. Not when that happens, though. Get a little contact up there, and that's going to separate. Man, Dylan Connolly just got shuffled completely out of line. He'll foul back in behind the 47 of Dalton Hayes back here. But significant loss of track position for Connolly. I mean, but what a move by Connor Leach. Great awareness in the 71 car. Refreshed temperatures now on that top side, too. Look at the surge they just got. My eye is still back there on the 47 of Dalton Hayes. I mean, we've seen him. He was one of these aggressive guys. Splitting people left and right, making up track position, doing so. Thought maybe he'd try and make that third lane work, but it's not going to be him. It's going to be JD Rashid and Cliff Mullins once again, trying to get up there, but Rashid's in the wall. And that's going to lose all of their momentum. Rashid is loose up there on the top side. Mullins trying to bail out. He just can't do it. Can't find a spot in line at the moment. And he's going to door Juan Cobbs. Is that going to be a yellow flag? 2 cars off the racetrack. Juan Cobbs being one of them. Trying to see who the other one was. That's Frank Chavez. Yellow flag does fly. With 5 laps to go. Caution number 10. Here tonight. Juan Cobbs. Very clean race for Juan so far in this race. And unfortunately going to get just kind of body slammed off the racetrack right there. At least at first glance. And there he is trying to turn his car around. I think that might be a night over for Juan Cobbs. Can't steer. That left front wheel does look a little bit destroyed. He's going to try and get it there, though. Look at him. Is he going to try and reverse this thing in there? He's trying. I'll give him credit for that. Look at him go. The bad news is when it does, if and when he gets it back to the pits, it's going to be a yellow flag. Or, excuse me, what am I talking about? It's going to be a night over. It's going to be a meatball flag. I'll tell you, he gets it spun around right there, doing a little burnout, but he's still not going to be able to steer. Let's go in the cockpit view for him. I want to go back to the replay, but I kind of just want to keep an eye on this. Guess he's going to manage to drive it back. Looks like he's steering all right now. Okay, so let's take a look back at this caution with Juan Cobbs and Frank Chavez. They are going to get spun. I think Frank Chavez is really an innocent victim here. Yeah, absolutely nothing Chavez could do. Big hit for Cobbs, right where the wall juts out. Let's back this up again. It looked like Cobbs kind of got up in I believe it was Chris Mullins in the 37. Yeah, he kind of gets up into him momentarily. And then that gets him loose, and it sends Cobbs back down across the nose of Chavez, and then Cobbs is going to take this hit. Bam! Right there, and that's what's going to kill the wheel, the left front wheel for Juan Cobbs. Good job by Frank Chavez, though, in the 23 to get it back going. Let's back this up one more time. Let's see if we can get a quick onboard view with both of these drivers in this instant. We'll go first with Juan Cobbs. Kind of a light hit. It at least sounded like a light hit for Juan Cobbs. And then Frank Chavez, really the innocent victim in all of this. Just riding in line, trying to be safe on the bottom, and then all of a sudden the 3 is right across your nose. Bam! But he locks the brakes down, keeps the wheel relatively straight, just kind of steering it with the brake pedal, and he keeps it away from any damage. So, good job by Frank Chavez. Let's go back live. Take a look at the leaders. There's a look at Juan Cobbs, now in pit road. Justin Melicar, Colton Ward, Connor Leach, Richard McMillian, Dalton Hayes, now the top 5. Nicholas Aloysia falling back to 6th. Dylan Connolly, 7th. Ethan Evers, 8th. Cliff Mullins, 9th. And Tyler Stevenson now up into the 10th position. And while we wait under caution for what will presumably be our first green-white checkered attempt, let's grab our leader of tonight's race, Mr. Justin Melicar. Justin, Landon in the booth, do you have a copy?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How's it going?
Well, it's been a hectic race, and it really didn't have that kind of look to it at the beginning. It looked like we were going to have some nice green flag racing, and then all of a sudden we were on caution number 10 here. But you've been involved in some of them. You've managed to break through it all, and now you find yourself in the lead with what I'm thinking is the first attempt at green-white checker. Maybe not, could be a natural one. You'll have to fill me in on that. But currently in the lead, doesn't matter. You're doing great. What's your plan here?
Yeah, so it's the first one out of 3. I don't know, man. The race was really good, and then got really bad. I know something happened to Chase I'm going to have to look back at. But honestly, I got both of my teammates are in 2nd and 3rd, Colton and Connor. We're all working together, so we're doing pretty well, but you know how these things end, man. Yeah, it's going to be a crazy one. It'll probably be completely different when we take the green.
Yeah, and you really couldn't have put it any better right there. It's super speedway racing, and then it's in iRacing on top of that, and you're going to have chaos coming to the finish. But all you can do is try and work up there with what I've been informed is your teammate Colton Ward up there. So if y'all can kind of try and control this, one of you should come away as the winner of tonight's race. Well, we appreciate you coming up here, grabbing a word with us for what could be your first win, at least this season, here tonight. Maybe your teammate will stick around and find out for you. But it's going to be a fun one. Appreciate you having me as a broadcaster for this, too. It's been fun.
Yes, sir. Thank you. And you too, Trevor.
There we go. That's the word from our current leader, Justin Melicar. We're going to put him back down there so he can try and focus for what might very well be the final restart of tonight's race. Here we go. Melicar into the restart box, and what a launch by Melicar. Absolutely insane launch from Justin Melicar on the bottom side of the racetrack. Waxed everybody on that one. We're going to crash in the back of the field. There it is, a few of them. Reginald is around. I think that's Justin McCurdy. Courtney Hubbard's going to get a piece of this. Braden Walters, Reginald Harris, that is. JD Rashid, there he is. William Hewitt. Brent Garber might have got a piece of this also. I think Frank Chavez gets away clean. So there we go. That's first attempt. That went by pretty quickly. Oh, man. Look at Brent Garber. That right front wheel, that thing is really sticking out for him. Well, let's go back. The first car I saw go around here was the 50 of JD Rashid, so let's back this up and give it a gander real quick. So, we're 3 wide. He's going to catch the apron and come up the track into the 7, and that's the end of that. That's looks to be pretty clean cut and simple what just occurred right there. It looked like he did get a little bit of the apron in the tri-oval. Maybe that got him a little bit loose. And so it kind of sent him up the racetrack there. I'm not sure we'd have to grab an onboard view with him really quickly, but this was definitely a weird kind of look. He's kind of slow. He just kind of comes up. Right into Braden Walters. Justin McCurdy, he can't go anywhere. He's going to spin down. Then Jesse Dawson grabs a piece. Courtney Hubbard. I think that's going to really be all involved in this one. Let's go on board with him real quick. Seemed like a little bit of a slow gear change by Rashid right there. I'm not sure why that was, if that was some sort of technical thing, or maybe he has like an auto clutch option enabled or something of that nature, and that kind of checked everybody up. And when that happened, we'll go back to Braden Walters, who was a car directly behind him, or not directly behind him, excuse me, the one that it kind of comes across his nose here. I mean, just nothing Walters could do at that point. He's in the middle of 3 wide because Reginald Harris was up there on the top line next to him. Just nothing, absolutely nowhere Walters could go in this one. Go back again one more time and watch it all unfold from the turn 1 camera. Good job by Caleb Mosier to kind of avoid that. Saw him right there in the number 28 machine. Trying to avoid it all. But there it is. That is our 11th caution flag of the night. And there's a look at Brent Garber. I'm wondering if that's a night done for Garber. That wheel sure is looking straight. Almost too straight. Signifying the wheel damage. He's changing gears in there, though. He might not be completely done. And I'll tell you what this kind of creates, and perfect timing when I start talking about it and we cut back to this and everyone's on the apron. Fuel saving. We were talking to Richard McMillian earlier, and he said he had was about like 1.5 gallons to the good. That's pretty solid. The only time that becomes a problem is when green, white checkers happen. And I'm seeing something back here now. Look at Colton Ward, Connor Leach pushing him. Trying to help him save that fuel here under the yellow flag. This could become a problem. I'm not sure, since we're doing it now, whether or not this would be for this restart, that we could see maybe some people start running out, or maybe even the next one if it comes down to it. But either way, it's going to be maybe a little bit of a fuel race here on our hands. Nobody's saving on the bottom now. They all double file back up. Melikar Leach, Ward McMillian, then Aloysia Hayes, Connolly Evers, And I believe it is Mullins and Stevenson. Yes, going to be rounding out the top 10 for this restart. Then we have Seth Heyman, CJ Papa, Frank Chavez, Shane Haar, Braden Walters, Justin McCurdy, William Hewitt. I believe the only cars left on the lead lap of the race, there's Reginald Harris, Brent Garber still sitting in pit road. We have some lap down cars here. That's Courtney Hubbard, currently 2 laps down. Jesse Dawson back here also. Diego Burriel trying to catch back up. All these guys just trying to gather some points, you know, in this series. This is a point series, after all. Every point matters. There's another one, Clint Motto we've seen. Braden Powers, Juan Cobbs. Juan Cobbs actually out of tonight's race, it appears, so not still on the racetrack. But here we go. We're going to try it again. 11 cautions down. Hopefully we won't see a 12th, but this will be our second attempt at a green-white checkered finish. Pace car rolls in for Justin Mellicar and Connor Leach. As they roll into the restart zone, Mellicar goes late that time. Doesn't get the big launch he got on the last restart. That kind of bunches everybody back up. Outside lane has absolutely no help at the moment. Connor Leach hung out to dry. Richard McMillian kind of caught sleeping there, and he's going to get split by Dalton Hayes. The man, I need to start calling him the splitter. I mean, that's really what he is. He just splits everybody left and right. He's now going to file a way down into the 5th position behind Dylan Connolly. Connolly making his appearance known again up here after getting shuffled out earlier. Trying to go topside, he's just not clear, but how about this? Nicholas Aloysia will do it. As Leach kind of checks up before he pushes him, and that's going to lose them a lot of momentum. But we're coming back to the white flag. Justin Mellicar leads with Colton Ward, and Hayes is going to go around. He's going to save it. White flag in the air at Daytona. Mellicar leads with Ward behind him. Nicholas Aloysia, now we're starting to crash out back. Big one. Shane Haar's involved in it. But here we go. What can Aloysia do? Can he get there? Can he get that push from Connor Leach that he needs? Right now he's just not getting it. Colton Ward can have a look at this. Maybe not. Aloysia kind of coming back here. Let's take a look at this view. Oh, yeah. Big surge out of the corner, but, oh, they're pushing really deep down there on the bottom. But here comes Aloysia on the top side of the racetrack. He's going to try and grab that side draft. He just can't do it. Starting to lose a little bit of that momentum now. Thought he was going to have a look at Mellicar going into 1. But, man, they're losing a lot now. Justin Mellicar, what is Colton Ward going to do? Is he going to try and make a move on his teammate? Doesn't look like he will. Justin Mellicar is going to come back to Daytona and win the first race of the season. Heartbreak for Nicholas Aloysia as he crashes coming across the start-finish line. Still a 4th-place finish, a good finish for him. But, man, it looked like he had a look at getting it at the line. But the top 3 will be Justin Mellicar, Colton Ward, and Dylan Connolly here tonight, and we will be grabbing some interviews post-race with your top 3 finishers. But congratulations to Justin Mellicar for winning the first race of the season here at Daytona International Speedway. There's him and his teammate Colton Ward coming around to do a burnouts. Pair of teammates celebrate their victory here tonight, and congrats to them for it. Gonna burn them down in the grass. We'll do that 84 car, Justin Mellicar. There's Colton Ward as well. Gonna celebrate with his teammate, presumably his team owner as well. We've got someone else up here trying to do some burnouts, look like maybe Connor Leach. He came home in 5th place, a good top 5 finish for Leach here tonight. Let's go ahead and go through these final results here tonight as Mellicar continues to burn it down on the front straightaway. Obviously, Mellicar, your winner here tonight with Ward and Connolly 2nd and 3rd. Nicholas Aloysia comes home in 4th. Connor Leach will be 5th. Dalton Hayes in 6th. Ethan Evers 7th. Tyler Stevenson comes back to 8th. Cliff Mullins 9th. And CJ Papa rounds out the top 10 finishers tonight. 11th place will be Braden Walters. William Hewitt 12th. Justin McCurdy 13th. Seth Heyman 14th. Frank Chavez 15th. Richard McMillian 16th. Shane Haar 17th. Courtney Hubbard in 18th. 19th will be Jesse Dawson. Reginald Harris will round out the top 20. Diego Burriel finishes 21st. Brent Garber 22nd. JD Rashid 23rd. Braden Powers 24th. Clint Mata 25th. Caleb Mosier 26th, Juan Cobbs Jr. in 27th, Nicholas Bass 28th. 29th will be Jeremy Rafison. 30th will be Derek Anderline, Chase Mastretta 31st, Brendan Reed 32nd, Tyler Henry 33rd, Clint Weist 34th, Mark Person 35th, Kevin Smith 36th, Connor Murphy 37th, and I don't believe Jeff Herrick actually turned a lap here tonight, but is listed as your 38th place finisher. Let's take this back up top and stick with us. We're going to grab your top 3 finishers for interviews. Welcome back to Daytona International Speedway. We're going to go ahead and start our post-race festivities. We're going to start with 3rd place tonight and go up from there. Dylan Connolly, we're going to pull him in right now. Dylan Connolly, Landon in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir. Yes, I do.
Well, it was a great race ran by you. Pretty conservative, got involved in a little bit of chaos early on, but you had the patience and the wherewithal to get through it all and come home for a podium finish here tonight. Walk us through it.
I said on pit road, like, I just want to get to the end because I knew the race would be chaos just because there's a pretty hefty skill gap. You know, the highest I rating, I think, was like 5,000. The lowest was a 3-digit number. But I knew I had an air net connection issue like lap 3 or 4. Thankfully, it didn't kick me out of the server. I just lost a bunch of speed, went to the back of the pack. So I was like, I wanted to either be as close to the front as I had to be or as close to the back. Because if you hang around the middle, that's where the wreck's going to be. It's kind of like a tornado. Like, it's almost the calmest part of it is either right smack dab in the middle or like on the edge of it. But I just want to get to the end, and I made it there. And for whatever reason, the guys in 1st and 2nd were just, the guy that was in 2nd was just content with finishing 2nd for some reason. I don't align with that line of thinking. If I'm in that spot, I don't care who's ahead of me. I'm probably going to try to win the race, and they just thought otherwise.
Well, to the best of my understanding, I believe that they were a pair of teammates up there, so that could lead to the explanation of that. I'll be honest, it kind of confused me as well. Being the racer that I am, I definitely would have been going for it. But
I mean, yeah, the most important thing here is to win. I mean, I didn't come here to run 2nd. I'm happy to finish 3rd. Don't get me wrong. I'm ecstatic about that finish, but, you know, I was kind of expecting, you know, a move to be made there because they had a lot of room to make a move there. But I mean, I personally don't care if they are teammates. I mean, that's kind of weak sauce to me. I mean, I don't know if that's starting beef or not, but I mean, like, listen, I don't care if that's my mom that I'm pushing up there the lead. I'm going to try to pass her and win the race. I mean, I don't know, but again, that's just me. Again, shout out to Justin and Colton. I don't want to try to take anything away from them. I mean, they earned it. They got up there, but yeah, I'm happy to finish 3rd.
Oh, there we go. Bring on the beef, baby. That's what I'll say. If that starts beef, let's see it. Well, it's a great run for you tonight. Will we be seeing you for the rest of the season?
Oh, yeah. I think there's only one race I can't make, but it should be the time slot actually fits well for my schedule because I'm usually on anyway. Can I shout a few people out and a sponsor?
Oh, absolutely. I was getting to that next.
Okay, absolutely. Yeah, I know. I also broadcast, so I'm doing your job for you almost.
Go ahead.
So shout out to Alpha Prime, the guys, Alpha Prime Racing, Tommy Joe Martins, all the guys over there. They sponsored me for a few races a couple years ago, and I've just kept maintaining their brand. Alex Linney painted this beautiful mint chocolate chip paint scheme like at the last minute. I literally messaged him like, "Hey, dude, I want a good looking truck," and he always comes through. I think he takes commissions if I'm not mistaken, but he makes me look good everywhere. I just want to thank everyone that's watching me on my Twitch here, twitch.tv/decon. Want to shout out Backmarker. Use my code Conley10 at checkout for your next purchase. Trying to think what else. Oh yeah, Eternal Racing. Shout out to them. Big fans of those guys over there. And shout out to you guys for putting on a great broadcast. I was getting messages in my chat saying, man, that looked good on the broadcast. But yeah, shout out to you guys. Shout out to everyone around this league. I'm happy to be in it. I was at first I was concerned, but then the racing got good at the end, and I'm pleased, and I'll be back.
Sounds great. Well, that's the word from our third place finisher tonight, Dylan Connolly. Congrats again. Thanks for talking to us.
Absolutely. Always a pleasure.
There we go. Next up, we will have our second place finisher, and thankfully our good buddy Trevor Osenroth has returned from his voyage to receive a car and tow that car back or whatever it was. Here he is to interview our second place finisher, Colton Ward, here tonight. He stands by with him.
Colton Ward, this is Trevor in the booth. You got a copy?
Copy.
Hey, Colton. And first and foremost, congrats on a second place finish. We saw you early on in the race. You definitely were up front there a little bit, controlling and whatnot, and just try to stay up front. You want to give us some details on what your plan was to get through this race and ultimately come out with a second place finish?
Me, Connor, and Justin was trying to team up that whole race, so we were kind of with each other the whole time. So we were trying to follow each other. We kind of got split up at the end there, so we had to figure out how to get behind each other. Yeah, I don't know. We were trying to figure out to stay next to each other the whole time. Even when we got in a wreck, we found each other.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's kind of what it looked like there towards the end, because Dylan Connolly had a couple words for you. Probably pulling out there on the end and maybe contending for the win. You had any intrusive thoughts of maybe pulling out on Justin and possibly taking that win?
No, I had to give it to him. It was his birthday.
Oh, well, I would say happy birthday to Justin for sure. But yeah, man, good race, good clean finish there at the end. You got any sponsors, any teammates you want to shout out?
I'll just give it to our team, Justin and Connor right there. That's what helped us that race.
Hey, man, for sure. And if I'm not mistaken, you're the defending series champion. We're still learning here. That's right?
Yep.
Hey, man, what a way to come back. First race of the season and get you a second place finish. Congratulations on second place, brother.
Thank you.
There we go. That's the word from Colt Ward, our second place finisher here tonight. Next up, we have the birthday boy, Justin Melikar. We're going to pull him up for his Victory Lane interview. Justin Melikar, the boys in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir. How's it going, guys?
Oh, it's going great. Well, we were talking to you just before the first green white checkered, wishing you luck getting up there and trying to win the race, and you managed to actually do it. Usually I'm the worst when it comes to broadcaster jinxes, and it didn't happen this time for you, and we understand it's your birthday. So what a great birthday present for you to come home, win at Daytona International Speedway here tonight. Walk us through it.
Yeah, man. After the interview, or the mid race one, I wasn't in the call with my team, so I had no clue when they were expecting me to go. But honestly, I just kept telling Colton, I was like, dude, this is the only win I will ever ask you to push me to. Other than that, race me the whole way, just get us to the line. But yeah, I can't thank him enough, man. Even Connor too. Connor was also up there, kind of dictating the outside lane. But yeah, man, it was just crazy. I knew once we got out at 4, it was pretty much set and sold, as long as no crazy wrecks or anything happened. But yeah, man, I'm just hyped, man. I can't, nothing's better than winning on your birthday.
Oh yeah, 100%. And to that effect, we are, especially me and Trev, being broadcasters of the PGR Light Series, we're quite fans of beef out there on the racetrack, and I think we might have a little bit of beef start, or at least Mr. Connolly didn't. He didn't really want to start beef, and he said maybe this would start beef, but he was kind of questioning in the moment why your teammate there, Colton Ward, didn't try to make a move on you right there. And obviously, now we get the insight of okay why that was. He wants to push you to the birthday win and all that. But do you have any comments towards that?
And I love Decon, but I'm always for the smoke, man. He's just got to bring his team. He was racing solo, to my knowledge, today. I had a team with, we only have a limit of 3 people per team. So, man, let's run it, man. I would love to run head to head with them and have like a little, semi-beef rivalry type thing, man. That would be fun. So I'm all for it, man.
Oh, that sounds great. And we did hear that he will be back for the remainder of the season, except missing one race, I believe it is. So we can maybe see this flourish, this rivalry flourish. I guess we could see it start coming between you and Dylan Connolly. Well, it's a great win for you. Go ahead and give out your thanks and your shout outs.
Yeah, obviously, thanks to Eternal Racing, my team. They have been nothing but helpful. I always get help for them for all these races, mainly the road ones. Thank you to you guys for broadcasting. This is an honor to have y'all. And obviously, all my admins are just been grinding the last few months, even throughout the whole last season and stuff like that. But we really hit a stride beginning this season. And yeah, just thanks to everyone for showing out tonight. We had a lot of drivers. I understand it was kind of a bit wrecky and stuff like that, but I mean, it's super speedway. We have all different types of talents, and you know, I kind of expected it to go worse, especially in those first 20 laps. And honestly, I was a little scared when I saw 38 drivers in here, but overall, I mean, it wasn't too bad. So I mean, yes, there was a lot of wrecks, but at the end of the day, it was, you know, easy fixes. It wasn't anything intentional or anything crazy, or not too much. But yeah, man, I just thanks everyone for watching, everyone being here, and yeah.
Well, there we go. That's the word from Justin Melikar, our winner here tonight at Daytona International Speedway. Congrats again. Thanks for talking to us, and happy birthday.
Thank you, sir. Have a good one, guys.
There we go. Well, Trev, I know you missed a little bit of that race, but if we can give some opinion on it, I mean, I'm pleasantly surprised with what I saw tonight. I saw a good bit of talent out there on the racetrack tonight. Yes, we had 12 cautions or whatever it was, 11 cautions, but you know, a super speedway, 85 laps. I mean, that can happen. Even races with Coke drivers and the best pros that do this stuff, we can have more than that in an 85 lap race. But there were some drivers out here. I'm really interested to see how their seasons develop here tonight. Saw some good talent out here, and I'm really looking forward to next week.
Oh yeah, man! This race here, I will have to say I did have to kind of leave a little bit early, but I definitely had it playing in my ear. Shout out to EarPods. Listen to you have that wonderful broadcast. So I do want to put out there that sometime during this race they did mute some driver chats. Now, with that being said, and with you bringing it up early, you know we love that beef, baby. And Daytona tends to bring it out of the best of us. And going forward, I think we're going to Auto Club next week, if I'm not mistaken, the high banks of Fontana, California. And the trucks will be out there ripping and running. And then maybe we might see a little shenanigans go out there next week, a little more entertainment for the viewing pleasure, as we would say. But focusing back on the night, definitely some guys out here with let's say big race tendencies, and some guys out there that just wanted to hang out and make it through on points. So all in all, at the end of it, it was definitely refreshing from the other stuff that we see normally on a weekly basis. And I give a shout out to all the boys and girls out there tonight that ran a phenomenal race. I mean, some people didn't make it, some people did, but this is definitely, as we've known before, a race of survival. It's 80% luck, 20% skill usually out here is what we used to call it at Daytona. And Justin Melikar, we're going to start pronouncing that correctly, came out here with a birthday win. So can't be mad at that. Gotta see what it is for next week, man. I'm excited. We're going to California. We're going to Fontana. We're going to bring the trucks out there. Like I said, they're going to be ripping and running. And, man, I can't wait for next week. The Monday Night Racing League, MRL, is what I'm going to call it. I'm going to go ahead and trademark that, MRL. So I'll take my cut of the fee for whenever we decide to trademark that. But yeah, man, this was definitely interesting. Definitely a great race. I'm wanting to learn and see these other guys out here where their strengths are, especially with coming up with Fontana coming up and then Phoenix down the road. Those are two definitely different tracks. One more of a shorter track style, one more of a wide open kind. Almost have to hold it wide open, maybe throttle a little bit. We'll have to see. So yeah, man, this is definitely something exciting to come. Ready for it, ready to broadcast it with you, and let's get this show on the road, huh?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Definitely looking forward to next week. You know, me and Trev, we're used to seeing the super speedway stuff. It's always really fun to race or even just broadcast, watch, whatever it might be, a normal race, especially Auto Club. next week. I'm really interested to see how they're going to run it next week. I know it tends to kind of be a kind of wall riding track. Everyone just kind of has to single file around there. Hopefully we won't really see that next week. Maybe we'll see a little bit of multi-groove racing, but we'll find out next Friday night here, right here, I should say, on PGR eSports. Well, for the future on PGR eSports this week, I should say, Monday night, for all of y'all tuning in to PGR eSports first time, we have our Light Series Championship coming up on Monday night. Me and Trev will be in the booth for that one, calling that what's going to be a great race. Definitely looking forward to that one. ARCA cars at Daytona, going to be a thriller. And then tune in Tuesday night for Ron Morris Racing's Tuesday Night Thunder, season number 6. Will be the next, I believe, the regular season finale for that series. Then Wednesday night we'll have Roughneck Racing on PGR. And Thursday we'll, of course, be back with the PGR Intimidator Super Speedway series. And then we'll be right back here Friday night for the next race number 2 at Auto Club for the Midnight Racing League. We appreciate you tuning in, and we hope you all have a very good night.